yummy.
Some of the best chefs share family secrets to get you ready for a holiday feast.
This is fun. Bringing the heat for the holidays.
Listen now wherever you get your podcasts.
And KC24 are committed to telling these stories.
Featuring educational excellence in our community.
Education Matters, Mondays at 6:30 on KC24. Local news that matters.
Made possible by EECU, Fresno.
Work. My job is to teach people how to peel juicy, delicious peels.
This is John Burke. He spends all day at work trying to show people how mandarins work.
Do people need my services?
John Burke is nervous. He knows he has no purpose. In fact, his whole career can't be summed up in 6 words. You peel them, you eat them, you peel them, you eat them, you
As it turns out, it's actually pretty simple. Any questions?
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, all troubles will be miles away. And have yourself a merry little...
Shop Pandora Jewelry and receive a free sterling silver bangle as our special gift to you.
Are you thinking about a new career? Then do something about it. The Milan Institute can help you reach your goal. Call 1-866-99-MILAN or go to 99milan.com to get started towards a new career. The Milan Institute offers training programs for a variety of career opportunities. We provide job placement services for graduates and financial aid for those who qualify. Start your journey today. Call the Milan Institute at 1-866-99-MILAN or go online to 99milan.com.
Immediate information from KC24. Download the YourCentralValley.com app. KC24 News begins with your forecast first from your local weather authority.
I'm Ruben Contreras with your forecast first. There's still some fog out there. Visibility is 1.5 miles in Fresno, 2.5 in Visalia, and 3 in Madera this morning. And we still got some low clouds out there in addition to the fog. And it's still chilly out there. 46 in Visalia, 47 in Fresno, and 48 in Merced, and 50 degrees in Lemoore, where there's a little bit of sunshine. We will see peaks of sunshine this afternoon, enough to push our temperatures into the 50s. And we're getting closer to the average of 57 for this time of year. And we're going to have the opportunity for maybe a few showers in the next few days. We'll talk about all of this as KC24 Midday starts right now.
Local news that matters. This is KC24 News Midday.
Ahead on Midday, a scary crash in Aubrey leaves 2 men thankfully unhurt. They walked away from this crash.
And the new restrictions on international travelers that some say are too tough to adhere to. Hello and welcome to KC24 Midday. I'm Brody Logan.
And I'm Caroline Collins. Thank you for joining us.
Officers say 2 men were able to walk away from a rollover crash early this morning. It happened just after 5:30 on Aubrey Road near Big Leon Drive. Officers say the 2 men were driving when their car lost traction on the wet road as they were coming around the curve. The car rolled a few times, landed on its side. Officers say, though, the men were not hurt.
A hit and run ends with the driver crashing into a restaurant near Peach and Kings Canyon around 7:30 last night. Police say 38-year-old Jamie Martinez crashed into a car going southbound on Peach near Olive Avenue and then eventually crashed into a restaurant at the corner of Peach and Kings Canyon. The restaurant was closed at this time. Police say that Martinez tried to run away from the crash and told witnesses who tried to stop him that he had a gun.
And we're very fortunate that we only have property damage at this particular occasion.
Police later found Martinez in front of a nearby Walmart where he was arrested. Officers say Martinez was highly intoxicated and was on felony probation for an earlier hit and run DUI incident. Fresno police continue to crack down on illegal street racing. It comes after reports of racing on Blackstone Avenue over the weekend. Some of the vehicles caught were towed and impounded, and also the drivers given citations.
The search continues for a man and woman who police say robbed a gas station near Highway 99 in Kingsburg. Tulare County deputies say a man and a woman drove up in a truck Sunday morning. The man stayed inside the truck while the woman went into the store and confronted the store clerk. Investigators say the man then went inside wearing a mask, appeared to have something inside his jacket while the woman took money from the register. The two suspects then drove away. A short chase in Sanger led to the arrest of 4 people accused of stealing catalytic converters. Sanger police got a call about a suspicious car driving through a neighborhood near Bethel and North at 1 a.m. Officers attempted to stop the car. The driver sped off. After a short chase, the car finally pulled over. Police say they found 2 catalytic converters, car jacks, and saws in the vehicle. The 4 people inside the car were arrested and booked to the Fresno County Jail.
We could learn the identities of the killed in a plane crash in Visalia later today. According to the Tulare County Sheriff's Office, the plane crashed minutes after taking off from the Visalia airport Saturday evening. There's no word yet on the cause of this crash. New cell phone video shows the moments when a sprinkler head broke, flooding the emergency department at Kauai Health Medical Center. This happened just after 6 Sunday evening. The department immediately closed the impacted area and evacuated patients to other areas of the hospital. The Visalia Fire Department evaluated and cleared the scene. The hospital has 17 unavailable beds because of this flooding. My goodness.
The city of Visalia is remembering the life of former police chief Bruce McDermott. The Visalia Department announced that he passed away on Friday. McDermott is a native Visalian who started with the Visalia Police Department in 1973. He was promoted to chief in 1992. Resigned in 1997 due to health issues. In a post from the Visalia Police Department, he's remembered as a, quote, active member of the community. He would often be seen at various events throughout the city. He was a longtime Rotarian, was well known for his sense of humor and wit. New international travel restrictions kick in today with a growing number of Americans testing positive for the Omicron COVID variant. But the Delta variant, still the biggest threat out there. Omicron, though, is emerging in at least 17 states. Alice Barr has the latest.
Flight by group numbers? A testing scramble for international travelers beginning today. Anyone flying into the U.S. from a foreign country must now show proof of a negative COVID test taken no more than 24 hours before takeoff. The timeline's so tight, it's forcing some travelers to cancel.
It's just really challenging. So much so that I don't actually know if we're going to be able to do it.
I was very angry at the change in such a quick turnaround.
Public health experts defending the move with the Omicron variant now detected in more than 40 countries, including the U.S.
I do think we have an investment in making sure people aren't bringing new cases.
As the concerning new strain spreads across at least 17 states, scientists are racing to learn more about how contagious it is, whether it will respond to vaccines, and how severe the symptoms will be.
Thus far, though it's too early to really make any definitive statements about it, thus far it does not look like there's a great degree of severity to it.
For now, experts warning the Delta variant still poses the greatest risk, with cases rising across the country.
We have about 90 to 100,000 cases a day right now in the United States, and 99.9% of them are the Delta variant.
With the busy holiday travel season well underway, the Biden administration says right now there are no plans for new restrictions on domestic travel. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Some top congressional leaders are now calling for easier access to at-home tests. The Biden administration is planning to distribute 50 million tests to community sites and rural clinics. Coming up on Ksee 24 Midday.
A holiday drive this weekend at River Park. How Central Valley Fuego needs your help giving back.
And it's still a little foggy and chilly this midday. First, your 40 allergy forecast brought to you by Boz Allergy. Elm and Juniper, the top pollens, and we're in the low range through Thursday. I'll show you when we can finally see rain back in the valley as Ksee Midday continues.
This is Ksee 24 News Midday. And the certified most accurate forecast with forecaster Ruben Contreras. Your local weather authority. Ksee 24, local news that matters.
This room, for 3.5 decades, has delivered important news.
Fire crews on the scene of a fire at a senior community. News that's changed our lives.
We're going to continue our team coverage. Local stories that have changed us. Local stories that matter.
All from right here, straight to your home.
With our commitment to local news never stronger.
It's local news that matters. Just you watch.
Our week-long journey across America. From Washington, D.C., a side of our nation's capital you rarely see.
It's your last one.
Was talking smack part of this?
The job market's hot and the time is now. Spherion has temp to hire, and full-time jobs available. Bring us your A game and we'll match you up with an opportunity. Spherion places thousands of people each year in terrific jobs. Let's get to work.
You're between jobs. That's why there's Calviva Health. Easy, local, and low cost or no cost to you.
Calviva Health. See if you qualify.
When the hands that do the fixing need fixing. When the hands that do the caring need caring. That's a job for O'Keeffe's Working Hands. It's America's #1 selling hand cream and guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands. Also available in O'Keeffe's for healthy feet.
If you're a small business owner or individual that owes $10,000 or more to the IRS or Franchise Tax Board, you need to contact SBA Accounting and Tax Solutions. Our Central Valley Tax Resolution Specialists deal with the government directly, structuring a plan to free you from unfiled returns, wage garnishments, bank levies, and IRS harassment. Call today for your confidential consultation and free report on how to end your IRS problems. SBA Accounting and Tax Solutions, the rescue squad for troubled taxpayers.
It's not always the most wonderful time of the year. So if you could use a holiday from the holidays, you could probably use a pancake.
Stay connected with local news at yourcentralvalley.com and your local weather authority forecast every day. KC24 News is always available at yourcentralvalley.com.
The job market's hot and the time is now. Spherion has temp to hire, and full-time jobs available. Bring us your A game and we'll match you up with an opportunity. Spherion places thousands of people each year in terrific jobs. Let's get to work.
KC24 is brought to you by Ramen Hayashi. Now, forecaster Ruben Contreras with your local weather authority forecast.
It's still cloudy and a little foggy in certain parts of the valley, and we'll see just enough sunshine briefly this afternoon to push our temperatures into the 50s. And then we're going to trade the cloud cover we have now for a different set of cloud cover tonight that could produce maybe a shower or two in certain parts of the valley to the north later on this evening tomorrow. But the best opportunity for rain for the entire Central Valley, that looks to be on track for Thursday. 1.5 mile visibility in Fresno. We still have our Tule Frog here. 1.75 miles in Bakersfield, 2 miles into Sacramento. So there's even some dense fog still to the north, and along the coast, the typical marine layer fog. Here in the Central Valley, most areas about 3 to 4 miles visibility, and it's kind of hazy out there also in some parts of the valley. Here's what it looks like right now from our Valley Cam powered by E13 Properties. This one at our studios in East Central Fresno. We're overlooking the Fresno Air Terminal this midday, and you can see the Fresno Air Terminal, but usually at the top half of the screen, you would see blue skies and you would see the foothills and mountains of Fresno County, but that marine layer, difficult to see that there this midday. 47 degrees now in Fresno. Dew points at 44. Winds are east-southeast at 3 miles, and visibility is at 1 mile. And guess what? I wanted to show you the view from Bear Mountain, but all the white you see right here, that's the cloud cover covering parts of Fresno County this midday, and it's keeping our temperatures cool in the 40s for Fresno, Madera, Visalia. So it's the east side of the valley. There's some clearing to the west in Lemoore where visibility is better and a little bit more sunshine with temperatures in the 50s. So high pressure is moving out of the way. It's going to move off to the southwest, and it's going to allow for this system to come in. We're going to see clouds increase throughout the day. And unfortunately, most of the moisture with this system stays in northern California. We're getting the tail end of it, so it's going to mix things up. We're not going to deal with fog tomorrow morning, but some parts of the valley could actually have a shower or two, maybe even late this evening. But late this evening, northern Sierra, say Yosemite, has a slight chance of an isolated shower or two. And since this is the tail end of a system, snow level is fairly high, about 8,000 feet or so. But Futurecast wants to deliver maybe a few sprinkles to Fresno tonight. I think there might be a better opportunity before sunrise tomorrow morning. This is 5 a.m. Notice it's green on our radar. That means it's going to be fairly light rain. Don't overthink this storm, but I think the better storm is the one on Thursday, and that's a colder system right there. Some showers could linger into Tuesday afternoon for the Sierra, and of course our temperatures will be somewhat seasonable the next few days. Fog is probably going to make a big comeback Wednesday morning, and then Wednesday afternoon, this Wednesday evening, the clouds come back. There's the better opportunity for a few showers, maybe as early as midnight on Wednesday night and Thursday morning, but the best opportunity will be around sunrise Thursday morning for some showers here in the valley, and snow levels could dip a little bit lower than 8,000 feet. 55 degrees, that's our forecast high. Average is 57. The record is 70, set back in 2014. South Valley today looking for temperatures in the 50s, 53 in Pixley, 57 in Tulare, 57 in Huron, 56 in 5 Points, 55 in China Peak, 63 in Oakhurst, and 63 in Yosemite, 59 for Mariposa, and 57 for Merced. Temperatures tonight on the chilly side, but that cloud cover will keep things a little above average of our temperatures, but overall it's going to be a chilly night with maybe those showers to the north. 47 tonight in Fresno, 46 in 5 Points, 30 in China Peak, and 32 in Sequoia, and 45 in Tulare, and 42 in Pixley. And our temperatures are staying below average, and air quality, well, still not the best. It's unhealthy for sensitive groups in Fresno County, and no wood burning today at all for anyone. The rest of the valley, it's allowed. You're just asked to burn cleanly. Your fireplace must be registered. 7-day forecast shows mid-50s tomorrow. An isolated sprinkle or two is possible in the morning, and then we're going to be in the 60s on Wednesday, some clearing. Then the showers return on Thursday, and then skies clear for the weekend, but it's going to be cold in the morning. We're talking about temperatures getting close to the freezing mark, maybe below that in the outlying areas of the valley. Definitely feeling like December finally here in Central California. YourCentralValley.com has the latest information you need to know, so check it out whenever you want. For now, we'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Ruben. KC24 wants to honor the remarkable women in our community. It's part of a nationwide initiative by our parent company, Nexstar, to celebrate women who inspire. Our local winner will be a finalist for the National Nexstar Woman of the Year Award. Go to our website, YourCentralValley.com. Under the Community tab, click Remarkable Women. That way you can nominate someone.
The Central Valley Fuego Football Club is partnering with some organizations who could use your help this holiday season. On Saturday, they're hosting a holiday drive at River Park along with the Central California Blood Center and Marjorie Mason Center. They're asking people for blood donations or toy and gift card donations.
If you're in the area and you're shopping around and you're at the end of your day and you're about to have lunch or you've had lunch and you want to come, give blood or donate some gift cards or donate a toy or two, we'd love to take that. So we hope to help as many people as possible, and that's our goal.
The holiday drive is 11 to 3 this Saturday, December 11th. They'll be set up in the parking lot near Starbucks. Just look for a big tent in an area where they'll be. You'll find it.
And it was a great personal story from Chris there from Fuego, saying how his wife was impacted and needed a blood transfusion recently, just to kind of hammer home just how valuable the donation of blood is, especially now going through the pandemic. We've seen shortages for almost 2 years now. So
yes, we give back in a lot of ways in the holiday season.
Yes.
Maybe giving blood isn't on the top of your list, but it's an opportunity on Saturday.
And it might be the most valuable thing you can give. Coming up on KC Midday.
Flu vaccinations appear to be lagging. Why those most at risk are not protecting themselves.
And the question surrounding an oral pill treatment for COVID-19.
They claim their dad molested them until...
Your brother shot your father. Tell me what happened that night.
The last thing I remember was raising the gun.
New Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil, today at 4 on KC24.
It's Valley Animal Center's Christmas in the Park, December 10th through the 12th. There'll be food, a bake sale, tree raffle, guided tours, and pop-up vendors. Come shop unique Christmas gifts and meet Santa. Free entry, donations welcome. Christmas in the Park sponsored by Soltex Solar.
Hi, I'm Steve.
I'm Lee, and we live in North Pole, Alaska.
I'm a retired school counselor.
I'm a retired
years ago. As I got older, my hearing was not so good, so I got hearing aids. My vision was not as good as it used to be. Got a change in prescription. But the thing missing was my memory. I saw a Prevagen commercial, and I thought, that makes sense. I just didn't have to work so hard to...
Your brain, better life.
United Health Centers of the San Joaquin Valley has been proudly serving residents in Central California since 1971. More than 100,000 patients receive their comprehensive primary health care through conveniently located health centers. United Health Centers is committed to serving everyone with accessible medical, dental, behavioral health, and specialty care with compassion and respect. United Health Centers of the San Joaquin Valley. Wellness for a lifetime.
Hurry, hurry, hurry!
to the Central Coast. It's time for the Sky River RV's Behemoth end of the year blowout sale. How big is it? How about this? A new Cherokee Wolf Pup for only $136 a month. Or this Starcraft Autumn Ridge for only $186 a month. Or this 2022 Montana High Country for only $59,998. Save tens of thousands of dollars. We have the best selection and the best quality. It's the Behemoth end of the year blowout sale going on now at Sky River RV on the Central Coast.
It's Valley Animal Center's Christmas in the Park, December 10th through the 12th. There'll be food, a bake sale, tree raffle, guided tours, and pop-up vendors. Come shop unique Christmas gifts and meet Santa. Free entry, donations welcome. Christmas in the Park sponsored by Soltec Solar.
The athletes, their stories, and some rich history. As Ksee 24 takes you on the journey to Beijing, from a national parks bid to host the games, to discovering the youngest aerials team member, and debuting a dramatic winter couples competition. Follow the athletes on their quest to bring home gold. Journey to Beijing, Saturday at 6:30 on Ksee 24. Your home for the 24th Olympic Winter Games.
A new survey shows some of the most vulnerable people at risk of severe flu are not protecting themselves. Health experts say that the flu vaccine is especially important for people with chronic health conditions, including diabetes, heart disease, and lung disease. But in a new survey from the National Foundation for Infectious Disease, just 45% of adult patients say they've been vaccinated.
It's very concerning because that's exactly the group that's highest risk of the complications of influenza, particularly pneumonia.
Flu shot effectiveness varies each season. Public health experts say it prevents millions of infections and can reduce the severity of illnesses if you do get sick. That's why they want everyone 6 months and older to get the flu shot.
The FDA could authorize Merck's COVID-19 antiviral pill as soon as this week. But there's still controversy about the pill and who will benefit the most from it. Lou Snyder has more.
The little red pill aimed to fight back against COVID-19 and reduce severe symptoms is one step closer to being approved in the U.S. This comes as doctors at hospitals like Henry Ford say they're seeing patients in the ICU reach record highs.
The recent increase in hospitalizations, I think, has been pretty catastrophic.
The pill was created by the medical company Merck and was first approved in the UK. This past week in the US, a panel of experts put together by the FDA voted to recommend authorization of the medication.
The vote was 13-10, which is actually a very narrow majority to approve a drug like this.
The reason some are against it is because experts say new research is showing some downsides, starting with the fact that the pill is not as effective as originally thought in reducing hospitalizations.
Efficacy of the drug is much lower. It's 30% rather than the 59% that the company initially reported.
Adding they've also learned that for the drug to be effective, it must be taken within 5 days of first developing symptoms. That means people will need a positive COVID-19 test quickly.
If we don't have the ability to do a rapid, cheap, in-home testing, by the time you start developing symptoms and find yourself that you're positive, it might be that the window of opportunity of actually the drug working is already gone.
Other concerns include potential risks for women who are pregnant. The FDA is expected to vote for final approval in the coming days. In the meantime, doctors say they are concerned COVID-19 numbers will continue to climb.
I don't think we're out of the woods yet. I think we're going to see our numbers continue to climb, actually.
Experts say if the pill becomes available and you want to take it, you should talk to your doctor.
Coming up on Ksee 24 Midday.
Why Honda has to recall thousands of vehicles. If you have a Honda truck or SUV, stick around.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
And are gas prices finally falling? Why it seems that could be the case.
Paul Mitchell, the school Fresno, is proud to be helping future professionals follow their dreams and reach great goals. We can help you pursue your career in cosmetology or barbering, and financial aid is available to those who qualify. Come make it happen now at Paul Mitchell, the school Fresno.
Well, this is our new home until the mortgage company that you chose gets the loan closed.
I should have called Country Club Mortgage.
With offices in the Central Valley, your loan will be done quicker and done right. Apply online or call today. Country Club Mortgage.
You always do your best to keep your child safe. Now you can protect the whole family with the COVID-19 vaccine. If your child is 5 or older, get the COVID-19 vaccine. The vaccine is an effective way way to get your kids back to doing the things they love. Let's protect our kids and keep our schools COVID-free. Talk to your pediatrician and go to myturn.ca.gov to schedule your child's vaccination today.
How to change the way you pizza. Step 1, grab a delicious Papa Murphy's pizza. Step 2, bake. Step 3, chow down on the deliciousness. Feed any appetite when you take and bake a large Big Murphy stuffed pizza. Papa Murphy's, change the way you pizza.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, all troubles will be miles away. And have yourself a merry little...
Shop Pandora Jewelry and receive a free sterling silver bangle as our special gift to you.
It's merry. It's magical. It's Zoo Lights at Fresno Chaffee Zoo. Starting November 26th and throughout December, celebrate the most wonderful time of year. Experience the zoo in a whole new way with Zoo Lights at Fresno Chaffee Zoo.
I'm so glad we called Country Club Mortgage.
Honey, we're home. With offices in the Central Valley, your loan will be done quicker and done right. Apply online or call 559-636-3333 today. Country Club Mortgage.
I knew before you even started that this was going to be epic. You killed it.
This blows my mind. It was absolutely insane.
Now I'll turn you over to our new CEO. Let's sell the crap out of this car.
First fully autonomous vehicle.
Is it safe?
Ish.
American Auto. Special preview December 13th on NBC.
In consumer news, hundreds of thousands of Honda vehicles are being recalled. The company says that it's recalling 725,000 vehicles in the U.S. over concerns that the hood might pop open while driving. Yeah, that's scary. Vehicles that fall under the recall are the 2019 Honda Passports, 2016 through 2019 Honda Pilots, and the Ridgeline trucks from 2017 through 2020 model years. Owners can take their vehicles to a dealer to have the affected parts replaced or the entire hood replaced. Well, Target is officially expanding its store hours for the holiday. The retailer said most locations will be open from 7 a.m. until midnight from now until December 23rd. Target says it will be open on Christmas Eve, but will close at 8 p.m. The chain...
Gas prices are starting to drop across the country. According to the latest Lundberg survey, the average U.S. price of regular gasoline dropped 2 cents over the past 2 weeks. Regular gallon of gas now costs $3.46, which is $1.24 higher than it was a year ago. Nationwide, the highest average price for regular gas is in San Francisco for about $4.80 per gallon. Here in Fresno, the average is $4.61 per gallon. It's about $1.50 more than it was this time last year.
Coming up on Ksee 24 Midday.
A new survey about teen tobacco use in Fresno County.
Certified most accurate weather team.
A couple of days where the cool down is definitely coming our way.
Certified by Weather Rate, an independent agency rating every forecast every day.
Tonight, you see it popping up on our radar already.
For 8 years, AJ Fox and your local weather authority is certified most accurate. Don't trust just any source for local weather. Trust us, because accuracy matters. The only certified accurate team, Central California's most accurate forecast every day on Ksee 24.
At Innovative Medical Center, we are expanding to change our patients' lives. If you're a nurse practitioner or physician assistant looking to be part of a team with a huge purpose, apply online at imcfresno.com or call Innovative Medical Center at 559-222-5362.
I'm Mike Osborne with OsborneHomes.com, and I want to buy your house. I'll make you an as-is cash offer on your house within 24 hours. Whether it's a total fixer-upper or in perfect condition, OsborneHomes.com is the easiest way to sell your house. When you sell your house to OsborneHomes.com, there's no fees, no commissions, no banks, and no repairs. Just go to OsborneHomes.com for a free, no obligation cash offer 24 hours a day. That's OsborneHomes.com.
Don't settle for products that give you a sort of white smile. Try Crest Whitening Emulsions for 100% whiter teeth. Its highly active peroxide droplets swipe on in seconds. Better, faster, 100% whiter teeth. Shop CrestWhiteSmile.com.
What makes Febreze Air Effects different? While cheaper aerosols rely on artificial propellants, Febreze uses a 100% natural propellant. Check it out. Pressure created by what's in your air makes the bottle spray, which means freshness everyone will love. Febreze.
I am Fresno PD.
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 The strength of the diverse culture found in Fresno is also reflected in our police department. I ask you to join us at the Fresno Police Department.
Why was Jacoby & Myers voted the #1 injury law firm 3 years in a row? Because we have experienced attorneys, we deliver for our clients, and we win again and again. We get our clients up to 10 times the original insurance offer. Choose Jacoby & Myers.
At Innovative Medical Center, we are expanding to change our patients' lives. If you're a nurse practitioner or physician assistant looking to be part of a team with a huge purpose, apply online at imcfresno.com or call Innovative Medical Center at 559-222-5362.
Now YourCentralValley.com pros who know.
When you use Country Club Mortgage, you get a local lender advantage with in-house processing and underwriting. We're your direct lender. Call today.
For more expert advice, go to YourCentralValley.com/pros who know.
Local news that matters. This is KC24 News Midday.
Share us with your midday forecast. Let's take outside our Valley Cam powered by A13 Properties. This one at Yosemite National Park. You can see we have a few clouds out there over Yosemite this midday. And of course, it is cloudy up there. And of course, temperatures are going to be fairly chilly out there. And of course, they are in the 30s in some locations. We're in the 40s for the Central Valley floor. And as for our conditions, we're going to be in the 50s this afternoon with temperatures in the mid-50s. Fog could linger to the midday hours. Some isolated showers or sprinkles could be possible tomorrow morning. And we're going to be in the 50s. By Wednesday, we're back in the 60s. We're going to talk about our next chance of rain in a few minutes. For now, we'll send it back to you. Thank you, Ruben. Beginning today, all international passengers arriving to the U.S. are facing new restrictions. That comes as several states across the nation are reporting their first cases of the new COVID mutation. NBC's Tom Costello has more.
The battle to stay ahead of the Omicron variant is intensifying this morning, with new cases being detected in different states every day.
We are every day hearing about more and more probable cases, so that number is likely to rise.
Overnight, Louisiana joined at least 16 other states in reporting cases of the new mutation. While early data shows Omicron is spreading faster than Delta and may be more likely to cause reinfections, it appears to be less severe so far.
The signals are a bit encouraging regarding the severity. But again, you got to hold judgment until we get more experience.
Meanwhile, beginning today, tougher testing protocols for international air travelers. If you're returning to the U.S. from overseas, you'll now need a negative test within 24 hours of departure just to board your flight. Quick, rapid antigen tests and the more expensive PCR tests will be accepted. But not all self-tests are eligible. For those to qualify, a telemedicine rep must witness your test. The new rules already creating challenges.
There's just difficulty having the tests available, being able to process those tests, getting your results back in time. All of that, those just stack up on each other within a 24-hour period.
Bruce Montgomery's family of 4 has been planning a Christmas trip to Ireland for more than a year. But with various connecting flights, he's concerned about the changing criteria.
I don't want to be trapped in Heathrow Airport for a long period of time and then have to spend thousands of dollars to get home.
Meanwhile, it is still the Delta variant that is driving the winter COVID surge. Over a 7-day period, the average now 106,000 new cases every day. On Friday alone, 1,492 people died.
We have about 90 to 100,000 cases a day right now in the United States, and 99.9% of them are the Delta variant.
We're learning more about the COVID-positive cases found on a Norwegian cruise line. The Norwegian Breakaway docked in New Orleans with 17 COVID-19 patients on board, with at least one Omicron variant case possible. Those who tested positive included passengers and crew members, all of whom are reportedly asymptomatic. Those who tested positive for COVID-19 will travel directly to their homes or self-isolate under CDC guidelines. Some passengers said that they were well informed and felt comfortable with the whole time, and the others said that they were told nothing and found out about the COVID cases on board through social media.
The Fresno Department of Public Health just released new data on tobacco use among teens. According to the report, high school students who said they had poor mental health were more likely to use tobacco products than those who reported having excellent mental health. More than 20% of the students surveyed said they bought vapes from a store. More than 50% reported having a store that sold cigarettes near their home, while 33% had a store that sold vapes. Another 90% of high school students who currently use tobacco used flavored tobacco products. Another finding, less than a third of students said their parents or guardians talked to them about the risks of vaping and cigarette use within the last month.
We're learning more about the tragic high school shooting in Michigan. The parents of the teen gunman are now in police custody following an intense manhunt. As Megan Fitzgerald reports, it appears teachers flagged some potential warning signs.
Troubling new details emerging about the hours leading up to last week's Oxford High School shooting in a letter released by the superintendent. The morning of the attack, a teacher discovering a concerning drawing by the suspect, 15-year-old Ethan Crumbly. The image so disturbing, prosecutors say she took a picture.
Between the drawing of the gun and the bullet is a drawing of a person who appears to have been shot twice and bleeding. Below that figure is a drawing of a laughing emoji.
The school says the incident was immediately reported to counselors, the suspect telling them the drawing was part of a video game he was designing. His parents called into the school for an emergency meeting where they were told to put the teen in counseling within 48 hours. School officials say the parents refused to take their son home, counselors determining he wasn't a threat and sent him back to class. Hours later, the suspect classmates.
It's possible, yes.
Over the weekend, the parents of the suspect, James and Jennifer Crumbly, captured after a more than 10-hour manhunt. The Oakland County prosecutor said the couple withdrew $4,000 of involuntary manslaughter. Prosecutors saying they supplied the gun used in the attack.
How are you pleading to count 1?
Not guilty.
How are you pleading to count 4?
Not guilty.
The couple was arrested inside a Detroit art studio early Saturday morning, where police say they were hiding out. Andre Sikora, the owner of the studio and a friend of the couple, now a person of interest, but his lawyer telling NBC News he did nothing wrong.
He definitely didn't know that they were fugitives at that point. The minute he found out, he went to the Detroit Police Department and immediately wanted to give them information.
On Sunday, the Detroit Lions paying tribute to Oxford, wearing a gold O on their helmets during their first win of the season.
I want to take you live to the White House, where President Biden is speaking about prescription medications this morning.
Diabetes, Alzheimer's, cancer, so many other diseases. Whether or not your loved one. So we need Congress. So we need Congress to finish the job, to come together and make the difference in people's lives. I want to thank both the guests here today for being so straightforward with me. We had a good conversation in the office before coming over here. I admire you both. I admire you both. And as my grandpa used to say, with the grace of God and the goodwill of the neighbors, we're going to get this done. So you don't have to worry every single day about what you're going to be able to do. God bless you all and God protect our troops. Thank you so much.
Okay, so the part that we missed is the bill would allow Medicare to negotiate prices for certain medications. It would also impose penalties on drug companies that raise prices faster than the rate of inflation. The Jussie Smollett trial continues in Chicago this midday. The jury could get the case today or tomorrow. The former Empire actor took the witness stand this morning. He is facing charges that he staged a racist, anti-gay attack on himself and lied to police about it. Two brothers testified last week that Smollett orchestrated the attack to get publicity. His attorneys have argued the attack was real and the brothers made up their story about a hoax, then asked the actor for $1 million each to not testify. Boycott is expected sometime this week. The move comes as pressure is mounting from lawmakers to protest China's human rights abuses against the Uyghur community, and a crackdown on free speech in Hong Kong have led human rights groups and lawmakers to use the Olympics to make that statement while attention is on the games. Diplomatic boycott would mean that no U.S. government officials would attend the games, but U.S. athletes would still be allowed to compete. Limiting a boycott to government officials is a way to send a message of protest to the host country without preventing athletes from participating in the games.
Flags are at half-staff today around the country in memory of former Senator and presidential candidate Bob Dole. He passed away at the age of 98. Dan Scheneman takes a look at the life and times of World War II veteran and the impact he left on our nation.
Senator Bob Dole spent his life trying to make a difference for those he served. He was born Robert Joseph Dole, July 22nd, 1923. Kansas. Family. As a teen, when it came to track. In 1942, Dole joined the Army. During World War II, he was critically injured. It would take him years to get back on his feet, but he never fully recovered. After the war and law school, Dole became Russell's youngest legislator. In 1960, he was elected to Congress and the Senate in 1968, where he served until 1996. And ran as the vice presidential candidate with Gerald Ford on the Republican ticket in 1976. The ticket lost. Also in the 70s, he met and married Elizabeth, his second wife, who made her own run for the White House. Dole was named GOP candidate for president in 1996, but lost the uphill battle to incumbent President Bill Clinton. In 1997, he was awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Had 2 Purple Hearts and a Bronze Star. In his retirement, Bob Dole was instrumental in getting the World War II memorial built in Washington, and where, before the pandemic, he often spent weekends greeting his fellow veterans. Dan Scheneman, NBC News.
Coming up on Ksee 24 Midday.
Can't ski if there's no snow, but this year there is an unusual lack of fresh powder.
And Michael Bublé gets you into the holiday spirit when you can watch tonight's special on Ksee 24.
Your health matters. That's why I started Buddy Check 24 years ago. Every month, I'll keep reminding you to call your buddy for life-saving self-exams. Go to yourcentralvalley.com and download our app. Celebrate 24 years of Buddy Check 24.
Darkside Window Tinting does more than just auto glass. We to reduce resistant film that keeps shattered glass together. Darkside Window Tinting. Affordable, reliable, professional.
We as students are all individuals with different interests, motivations, and learning styles. Choosing a school to nurture and cultivate our interests and talents starts with school choice options. Fresno Unified offers more than 20 school choice programs designed to incorporate our aspirations and learning styles. Learn more by joining Fresno Unified's Virtual School Choice Expo, November 8th to the 12th. For more information, visit fresnounified.org.
Winter Wonderland.
Pancakes. Roasted turkey melts more pancakes. A frozen hot chocolate, that's a milkshake. Did we mention cranberry vanilla pancakes? But hurry in, cause it's only for a short time.
IHOP.
Your health is your life. When it rushes to greet you, you realize what matters. These hold our attention. They hold us together. It's why we hope, why we work, and it's how we live. By holding on to our health, we hold on to life. And so we're here.
Are the colleges of State Center Community College District. Register now. We'll find the funds.
I'm very thankful for financial aid because it helped me stay in school and focus on my studies.
Register with State Center. We have the tools.
All of you guys register and you could get all the technology that you need.
Get the technology you need.
And we have food pantry support.
I can always rely on the Reedley Food Pantry to provide the items I need to succeed.
State Center, building bright new pathways to your future. Go online to research and register with our colleges now.
Darkside Windows' unique wash formula keeps your windows clean twice as long by leaving an invisible shield on your windows that repels dust, dirt, and pollen. And we offer water spot removal, cleaning inside and out, screen, track, and window frame cleaning. Darkside Window Tinting in Clovis, your auto glass and window experts.
All week, we have got the stars of West Side Story. Next, Drew, our exclusive interview with Ansel Elgort.
There is a place for us.
The Drew Barrymore Show, today at 2 on Ksee. You in part by Stafford's Chocolates. Now, forecaster Ruben Contreras with your local weather authority forecast.
Well, welcome back. It's still a little foggy out there this midday, and we're going to trade one set of clouds for another later on this afternoon. And of course, it was in Fresno this midday, 1.5 miles, and then it's 1.75 miles in Bakersfield and 2 miles in Sacramento. So it's the typical Thule fog. Then we have some coastal fog for Los Angeles and San Francisco this midday. Most of the valley, though, it's about 2 to 5 miles visibility. So, and then there's also the combination of haze out there, especially on the east side of the valley. So 2.5 miles visibility in Visalia, 3 in Madera. And of course, you can see the somewhat hazy conditions from our valley cam. This one here at Ksee 24, powered by 813 Properties. We're trying to look from our studios out by the airport to the southwest at downtown Fresno, which is back here somewhere, but it's very difficult to see that. You do see morning. Temperature in Fresno, 47 degrees, dew points 44, and winds are fairly light. And again, visibility at the airport's 1.5 miles. Kind of cloudy in the Sierra this midday. Of course, over the weekend, you went up to the higher elevations of the foothills and the Sierra. You had nothing but sunshine and blue skies. Now we got some clouds out there coming in from a storm in the Pacific Northwest. This is a line picture from Yosemite Conservancy's webcam up in the National Park of Ahwahnee Meadow. Notice the lack of snow on Half Dome. Hopefully that will change as early as tonight, more so later on in the week. And of course, that means Thursday, but some parts maybe you can see something tonight into tomorrow morning. 48 degrees in Merced, 46 in Visalia, 47 in Hanford this morning. There's the cloud cover with some higher elevations clouds, some low clouds, and then some fog and some haze. But the clouds coming in from the north are a storm impacting the Pacific Northwest. Once again, California just getting to the tail end of this system. Mainly in the North Valley very late tonight into tomorrow morning, but Futurecast shows some showers developing in the northern Sierra as early as tonight. There's maybe a sprinkle about 9 o'clock or so in Fresno, and then there it is in the overnight hours very early tomorrow morning. Notice it's all green on Futurecast. That means it's very light precipitation, and then it's pretty much done by mid-morning hours. So we could see some decent clearing tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. So that means we could see some more fog Wednesday morning, which could be dense in some areas, and then Wednesday afternoon clouds from another storm start to come in. Maybe a few showers in the overnight hours, mainly Fresno County northward, but there's some decent rain that could be later on in the overnight hours into the early morning hours. So the morning commute on Thursday might be a little bit interesting with that. In Central California, 55 degrees right now. That's our forecast high. Average is 57, and then the record is 70 set back in 2014. South Valley temperatures today in the 50s, 53 in Pixley, 55 for Kettleman City, 58 in Visalia, 56 in 5 Points, 57 in Hanford. To the north, of course, still holding on that warmth for the weekend in the northern Sierra thanks to all that sunshine. Temperatures in the 40s for tonight, and again, maybe just an isolated shower or two, mainly in the North Valley. As it moves to the South Valley, it fizzles out, but 46 tonight in San Joaquin, 44